Honestly, I'm laughing. I'm laughing after that. Man United finishing the season with a 2-0 win against Brighton in a game where we got largely dominated, but 2 goals from Diogo Dalot and a resurgent Rasmus Hojlund mean United finished the season on a high with a win. Honestly, I'm laughing. Football, eh? Bloody hell. Man United this season, I'm so glad that league season is over. We finished 8th. If we don't beat City in the FA Cup final, Man United will not be playing European football next season. And if we play like we did there against Brighton, we haven't got a chance. But if you want to take some positives from the game, and I always try to find some positives. Look, well, we won 2-0. We kept a clean sheet. We finished with a win. It was two really good goals, by the way. Ball over the top from Casemiro. Good finish from Diogo Dalot. And Rasmus Hojlund came off the bench and just scored, created the chance himself, finished it. 16 goals for him this season. It's no coincidence that when he gets a little bit rested there, he comes on and he looks a little bit rejuvenated. He's found a little bit of form. Garnacho run into the ground this season. I was surprised that Erik ten Hag kept him on and took Ahmad off simply because of 37th, 38th start consecutively for him. Love Hojlund. He's got 16 goals. He's going to bag a hat-trick in the FA Cup final, so he'll finish on 19 goals. He'll easily score 20 plus next year when we sign an experienced striker to play alongside him. But look, the league, man. Where do you start, right? Man United finishing in 8th, right? No European football next season unless we beat City in the FA Cup final. As I said, Man United finishing the season with a negative goal difference. That is the worst finish that we've had in the league, I believe, since 1990. We lost 14 games this season. There's a lot of records, there's a lot of stats you can pull up, and none of them really reflect that well on Erik ten Hag. That game there today was kind of like pulling teeth, wasn't it? For large portions. It was a goodbye game for De Zerbi, and it was De Zerbi's Brighton who had the overwhelming majority of control in that game. Man United, Amrabat just kept getting caught on the ball like he wasn't aware of any Brighton player who was around him. Erik ten Hag has changed it up in these last 3 games. Against Arsenal, where we still lost because the quality wasn't there, but at least we didn't get overran. And then Newcastle, same setup. We won the game. Brighton there, same setup. We won the game. So 2 wins on the spin. Incredible form going into the FA Cup final. But just the quality wasn't there in any way, shape or form. Brighton could have and should have scored at least 1 goal in that first half. What's your overall assessment of the season? I think I know what it is. I mean, that's going to go down. Well, that is statistically the worst season we've ever had in the Premier League. Personal opinion, I think nothing will ever beat Nothing will ever be worse than what I saw under Louis van Gaal. That football drained it from me. I suppose we got a little bit of that there today, kind of felt like it. United had a lot of possession, not much threat going forward. Bruno went off. And look, Rasmus Hojlund, man, if you're going to pick a positive out of that game, it's going to be Hojlund's impact when he came on. Actually had a focal point. We played towards a focal point. But we just finished 8th. City have just won their 4th in a row. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that, does it? It really doesn't get any worse than that. We might not have European football next season. And it might be something, look, if you want to take a positive spin on it, we'll only play once a week for the majority. It'll be a genuine opportunity to actually fully rebuild. Maybe. Yeah. But I'm not really going to try. I'm not going to pull the wool over your eyes and try and pretend that finishing 8th is going to be a positive for Manchester United. There's only 1 game left this season now. The Premier League is done. Dusted. Vamos. Gone. Memories. Just put it to the back of your mind and pretend it never happened. The FA Cup final. 1 game remaining. If I'm going to get the biggest positive for today, well, I'd probably say it was Rasmus Hojlund there. But Martinez getting 60 minutes. Good. Off. No problems. He should be fit to start the final. I'll tell you what, it's because he's 19, right? The Garnacho. I was very surprised that Erik ten Hag didn't take him off. I personally was surprised that Garnacho started. I thought rest him, give Rashford some time. I thought that would have been the better play, the smarter play. But we saw it last season. We know when Erik ten Hag has his trusted players and they are fit, it doesn't really matter about rotation. He doesn't really rotate. He keeps his 11 when they are fit. And Garnacho, incredibly, I wonder if Rooney or Ronaldo did this at any point. Has there ever been a 19-year-old for Manchester United who started 37 consecutive games? in all competitions. Somebody please find me a stat on that, because I'll be amazed if either Rooney or Ronaldo did that at that age at Manchester United, or if any other players have done it. As I said, I don't think Amrabat will be here next season. I think a player of his profile is needed in this squad, absolutely. But I don't think Casemiro should be here next season. I don't think Eriksen should be here next season. And I don't think Manchester United should be signing Amrabat on a permanent loan deal. I think we should be signing midfielders that have the same sort of characteristics, but athletically a bit sharper. And his awareness today was so off. It was really, really weird. But Jason Wilcock's watching on. Dave Brailsford watching something else. What are they thinking about this game model? Ultimately, I think the structure of the team there today was probably a game model that makes sense. Building up from the back. But Brighton just set up in a press, in a shape out of possession. Man United couldn't pass through it. We really couldn't pass through it. Whether it was that they were doing man marking, whether they were just squeezing, marking narrows to stop central progression, it worked. And Man United didn't really have an alternative. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't pass through it. And Brighton just had the majority of control in the game as a consequence. And it looks like Erik ten Hag will be our manager at the start of next season. Will he be our manager at the end of next season? Well, that very much depends on what goes on. I don't think he's going to be given a full season if it's not working out. But it seems, currently, hey, look, things can change, right? And maybe they have made a decision behind the scenes and we still don't know about it. But it seems like Ineos, Ratcliffe, Brailsford, Barada, Ashworth, Wilcox have decided that Erik ten Hag should be the manager at the start of next season. There's moments from that league that I can pull out, but as if I'm going to focus on them. As if I would do that. We've just finished in 8th. I'm so glad that league season is over. I'm sure it's been taxing for you. It's been taxing for me. It's been exhausting watching Manchester United this season. Finish on a high. Hey, look, man. I don't have much hope for United going into this FA Cup final, and that's not me being defeatist. That is me being a realist about what is likely to happen in that FA Cup final. City just have done it again this season. 115 reasons why I don't think that they should. Anyway, we'll speak about that another time. We play like that, with that tempo and that quality, that lack of quality, against City in the FA Cup final, there is only going to be one result. Right? Have to change. Have to switch it up. Rasmus Hojlund, good to see him getting a couple of goals, a little bit of form before the FA Cup final. Martinez getting 60 minutes, and it was a nice finish from Dalot. But I'm so glad that season is finished, gone. We don't need to talk about it again. Past Monday, when we do we'll do a community review of the season. Other than that, I never want to speak about this Premier League season again, because it has just been painful to watch this team. And I'm laughing. I laughed at the start of this match reaction. I'll laugh at the end. How we just won that game 2-0. Football.